Guys,
Yes,
so can you just explain why we just picked up a Kalashnikov?
just in case if there are like, call them kidnappers or something like this.
Let's talk about what's going on in Yemen.
The Arab world's poorest country.
For 6 years, Yemen has been stuck in a bloody civil war between the Saudi-supported government forces and the Iran-backed Houthis.
The war in Yemen has basically been a stalemate for the last 6 years.
How old are you?
13 years old.
You're 13 years old and you want to fight?
Yemen is in the midst of the world's worst humanitarian crisis.
The lack of fuel entering Yemen impacts everything. Clean water and electricity are harder to come by. Health facilities run on limited power.
Unfortunately, the stalemate that we've seen for so long appears to be shifting now in 2021, and it's not for the better, it's for the worse.
Yemen. A trip 3 years in the making. And now the time has finally come.
If the politicians will reach to an agreement, the war will be over.
Salam alaikum.
The Arab world's poorest country.
Shukran.
Humanitarian and economic crisis.
Why do you like dancing so much?
I like dancing because I feel free.
Understandable that people are scared to come here. I was. Let's hope that changes in the future. These guys are picking dates off the trees. Shukran. Welcome back to Yemen. It's a beautiful day here, scorching hot already. So today first thing we have to go and pick up a Kalashnikov rifle. Our guide said it's necessary in these areas. In the past videos it hasn't been necessary for some reason, but today we have to travel with a rifle. Not quite sure what that means, but I guess we'll see as the day goes. We're heading to a really beautiful town known as the Manhattan of the Arab world, actually, not just Yemen. And it's these huge mud skyscrapers, but there's no tourists here. And the reason that there's no tourists here is because there was a suicide bomber that took out, I think, 7 South Korean tourists a few years ago now. But yeah, just not many tourists come here. As you can see, it's very beautiful, but people consider it too dangerous. Anyway, let's drive to this Manhattan. I want to meet a lot of people today. We're also going to be going to some quite poor neighborhoods. Obviously, this is the country facing the world's worst humanitarian crisis. So I really want to get a bit of a taste of that and see what it's like living here, you know, in these hard conditions. So anyway, let's get on the road and explore more of this charming country of Yemen. Guys, I've noticed a lot of cars around here have Saddam Hussein on it.
He's the glory of the Arabs, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Until the last moment before he got hanged, he never sold the Arabs. The Arabian leaders have sold him out.
So basically he's a hero in the Arab world because he didn't sell out his country, right?
He was the leader of the resistance in Arab world, not just in Iraq.
Okay.
He's a great man and he's a martyr, and we are very, very proud of this guy.
Okay, so we've arrived in Shibam and we've met a nice local man called Salam Rubeo, and you've got a lovely shop here with some rifles, daggers, doorknobs, everything, right?
And he has
radios.
he has lots of beautiful antiques.
And so what's life like living in such a beautiful city?
It becomes extremely expensive, and
Inflation.
It's not stable anymore financially. At least there are businessmen who are living here. They treat their neighbors generously, and they take care of each other.
Okay. Yemen in the international community has a reputation for being quite dangerous. What's it like here in terms of security?
والله بالنسبة لنا هنا في شبام يعني احنا امان.
For Shibam it's safe,
لكن نحن هنا
but in some other places there is tribal retaliation.
And what do you think the solution is for Yemen's future?
أهم شيء أول يكون السلام بعد السلام يكون.
They need stability and peace. With stability and peace, everything will work after.
And what's your favorite piece in this shop?
Most of the pieces that he loved, he sold it out to bring food and.
Right. Shukran. So we've just pulled off the side of the main road here, and you can see a line. We're stopping to get some petrol. This is actually a reasonably small line compared to some of the lines we've seen here in Yemen. There's a fuel crisis at the moment. There's a fuel shortage. You know, Yemen is a very oil-rich country, but a lot of it gets exported out of the country, and so the locals are left with, you know, a bit of a problem. And it's hard to spread it around the country because of war and things. Some of the lines we've seen are much bigger than this, like I was saying. This one's a reasonable one, but our driver was just saying he wanted to stop at this one in particular because he doesn't want any surprises down the road. Whenever we've seen a functioning petrol station, we've stopped and got petrol because you never know down the road if there's no petrol, you don't want to run out. Even if you have like 3/4 of a tank, they tend to top up if there's a functioning petrol station.
Today is cheaper. It's 12,000 for 20 liters. We used to pay 18 and 19,000.
20 liters.
So this is Yemen.
So this is another petrol station here, Kaiser.
Another what do you call it? Politician player or decision maker who did this. Imagine in this mountain here, over here, there is oil company, and you are in an oil crisis. This doesn't make sense.
So where does the oil go if not here?
The politicians are really thirsty, and they need to drink much. And especially if the poor bank account in Switzerland is a little bit less, so they need to fill it up. Not for the sake of the people, for the sake of their wives and kids and the others. So these politicians, they don't care if the others are really struggling or starving.
No, because I'm not a citizen, so I don't know. Guys?
Yes.
So can you just explain why we just picked up a Kalashnikov?
There are some places it's actually the great weapon. It's your brain, how you behave with any difficult situation. But we call it. We carry the gun. If anything happened, at least we have something for self-defense and protecting you, actually.
And what is something that could potentially happen?
No, just in case if there are like call them kidnappers or something like this. At least they know there will be resistance, so they don't do anything in case if it happens. As I said, the great weapon is always here, how you can manage any difficult situation.
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. So where are we exactly? Tarim.
Tarim, yes.
Okay.
Tarim, the traditional market here.
Do many people buy these products?
These days it's difficult in buying.
Less and less people are able to afford food.
يبدو الأوضاع صعبة جدا في هذا الوضع في ظل الحرب.
Very difficult circumstances during the war that we are living in.
And so how are you able to support your life and your family when not many people are buying things?
المواطن ضروري يعمل عملين أو أكثر من عمل حتى يوفر
Normally the
الدخل.
citizen should find out another solution or another work to get income for the family.
And what might that be?
سايق bus
driver,
معلم.
To be a teacher.
Where would you like to see Yemen in 5 years' time?
أن تكون البلاد هذه في أحسن حال
I hope
على ما هو عليه الآن.
the country become better than this situation than now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shukran.
يعطيك العافية. No, it's a way to help him. Thank you. شكرا لك. يعطيك العافية.
So Kais, I've noticed like a lot more guns in this town. Many people are just carrying them. Compared to where we've been, I've seen quite a few. Why is that? It's a bit more on edge environment.
No, it's just a peaceful town anyway.
But why more guns here then?
People are coming here to ask the imams fatwas and religious stuff.
So why would there be more guns here?
Tribal people are coming, but the people here, they don't carry guns.
Oh, so it's like a gathering point.
Exactly.
Okay, right.
Exactly. الله أكبر العزة والعظمة لله.
10 سنين.
More than 10 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's older than that.
يابان.
Yaban.
Michelin. يلا.
So did you say one of these Kalashnikovs is about $1,000?
More.
More? How much?
Round 2. 2,000.
$2,000.
حمل من هذاك.
أقل حاجة ساعتك. بنت الشيخة اسمها نور في المستشفى في قسم الولادة.
Okay, so we've driven out through the valley about 2 hours and we've come to this. You won't believe it. This is an empty town here. These are all owned by people, but they only come here for kind of a pilgrimage. There's a rock down here which is considered to be a sacred rock, so they come here and they worship the rock. But right now, we're the only people in this whole town. There's nobody else here. So, have a look. Very unique situation. We just had some lunch in this shrine here.
أيوة. you're filming. كذا نزل حواليك. That's my website.
And what's on the website? You can see over here in the distance this villa here with the green dome on top. That's an entire building owned by one family, but nobody's living there permanently. They just come here for worship, but it's super hot. It's like, you can see I'm sweating bullets right now. But made it out, drove throughout this valley for a very long time, couple of military checkpoints. But yeah, surreal country. I mean, the whole valley is just with these mountains towering over the valley. kids.
Yeah, come.
So we've just arrived at a local family's house and we're going to see some living conditions of the local people here. Okay, so we've come into this man's house and we've met him, Meshhoor. He's kindly given us some tea. For somebody like me who's not from Yemen, how would you describe Yemeni culture and the people here?
The people are stubborn and life is hard, but still patience is a good thing.
You say life is hard, and in what ways?
Because of the war and the economy. No salaries, it's a difficult life for people. The value of the currency fall down. A bag of wheat, 50 kg, was 6,000 riyal, now it's 32,000. It went 5 times more.
What's the monthly income in riyals?
Below zero.
How do you get by then if there's not much coming in?
يعني إذا ما بيش دخل من كيف بتدبر أمورك؟ Either I go to cut wood from the trees and sell it as wood for the people.
Are there NGOs or charities helping out here?
They just give 2 bottles of oil and wheat.
Is there something that you would like maybe the world or Yemen in general to hear about the situation in the country?
حصل لليمن دمار شامل يعني للبنية التحتية للإنسان استحقاق من دول التحالف من دول العدوان دي استحقاق يعني
It's for destruction.
معاش بالسنة وواحد 2 ما فيش.
Once or twice salary, that's what people can receive.
Okay.
And the war has destroyed all the economy and so on. And he is also complaining against the coalition.
Coalition,
yeah.
And so what needs to happen?
الحكومة حق اليمن ترجع لليمن.
The Yemeni government which is abroad should return to Yemen.
رئيس اليمن يرجع اليمن، حكومة اليمن ترجع اليمن، الناس يحكمونا من برا من الفنادق. ممنوع لهم دخلة اليمن.
Not to rule Yemen from the hotels.
Yemeni officials living in hotels in foreign countries, you mean?
Yes, that's why it's called حكومة الفنادق, hotels government.
شكرا.
ألف شكر.
شكرا.
يعني
it's the political issue.
يخلقوا صراعات.
Ruin the life and
احنا ما في شيء صراعات اصلا.
Created conflict.
الحين قاعدة في الأمر الواقع.
Now it's the real situation.
إن شاء الله. الله يكرمك.
Good. Thank you. شكرا. All right. Bye. So another day in the beautiful country of Yemen. You can see the theme from my videos so far is beautiful landscapes and the kindest people with the biggest hearts. But of course we can't overlook the immense challenges that all of the people that I have met are facing. The general consensus seems to be economic failure driven by conflict. And that's what the people have told me that I've met, and that's all I can go off, the people that are actually living in the country experiencing this on a day-to-day basis. I'll see you in the next video from Yemen, still a bit more to come. And just a huge thank you to all the people in Yemen for having me in your country and being so open and kind towards me. You've really made this trip something far beyond my expectations. And a huge thank you to Kais for being such a great guide. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from Yemen.
The great weapon, it's your brain, how you behave with any difficult situation.